Good day, lords and ladies. Welcome back to The Last Spell with me, Cornish-knight. In the last episode, we lost on the boss battle, but we learnt a lot. And after re-looking over the footage and thinking about it and doing a bit of reading around, I've come to the conclusion that the best way to fight the Corrupted Dryad bosses, it's basically a boss with multiple sort of sub-boss forms, is that you need to have range and you need to have the ability to get characters around the battlefield quickly. Each map in this game, so if we go here, each map in the game, be it Geldenberg or Lakeburg or Ellenwald, each map in this game has a particular theme. For example, Eldenberg has a lot of open chasms, which means that you can shoot across them, though you can't easily get around them. Lakeburg basically has a lot of exposed sections, so you can't build defenses and you just basically have to out-DPS the enemy. Ellenwald is all about movement, movement and line of sight, so you need abilities that allow you to basically bypass the restrictions. You need things like teleportation, frog leap, the sort of summoning circles which allow you to quickly get around your base, those kinds of things. So with that in mind, we're probably going to go into, when we do this, we probably want to do another sort of either 2-2-2 party setup, which is having 2 warriors, 2 range units, and 2 mages, or I'm tempted to do something like a 2-1-3, which is to have 2 warriors, 1 range, like 1 range unit and 3 mages. I don't know, magic in this system, in this game, is very powerful, but it comes with drawbacks, which is that it's hard to, if you can't get your character's mana regeneration up, you can't use the most powerful abilities and it hamstrings them. Physical range characters tend to be quite good, but there are certain builds which are better than others, and you need to get stuff like Eagle Eye as a particular feat early on for ranged characters. Melee characters in this game, in this map, especially on Ellenwald, need to have basically the ability to travel around the map quickly. So you need movement, or you need movement, and you need stuff like teleportation. So with that in mind, and there's also, we're limited the amount of knights we have. This is a level 3 map, skull 3 maps, so it's going to be hard anyway. And we discussed in the last episode about perks that were omens that we could take. Leapfrog is important. Omens of scavenging are important. Omens of the vaults are important. The corpses disappearing, because we get a lot of corpses that we have nothing to do with, or we just don't have the resources to gather, so it's better to have that. Omens of the Lone Scavenger, though, that's the one I'm debating about. The first ruin or corpse scavenged each day costs 1 less worker. Now that sounds good, but the issue is that this Omen of Lone Scavenger works really well with an Omen that gives you an extra workers hut, or house, which gives you more workers, because then you can turn your extra worker to like helping with a gold mine, that kind of thing. I'm not too sure how it works with, say, the Omen of Vulture, which is that you really just want to, with the Omen of the Vulture, from what I can tell, you just want to pick the best bodies to be harvested and let everything else rot. Because you don't need to pick it up, but you still get a good amount of resources. And this is a 2-star Omen, which is actually pretty hefty investment. We also picked up Omen of Bargains, which is items sold and the stocks give us 10% extra gold. Personally, if we get rid of this, we have a few others we can pick from. I like Omen of Clear Sky because the closest point the mist can be is further from the haven, which means that it's not so much a taxing thing. Omen of Tainted Bloom is always really nice. Omen of Swiftness, all here has a +1 movement, is really good as well. Extra armor. Upgrades to punch skill to be a crippling punch, dealing more damage and allowing it to be debuffed on the target's movement. post and throw, +1 bag slots, post and narrow range. That's actually not bad, considering that it allows you to have more items, more consumable slots, which is actually pretty neat. 10% extra damage is okay. The thing is, I'm tempted to go something like the extra movement, because this map's up. Well, +1 movement actually isn't that massive per se. The thing is, if we don't take Omen of the Clear Sky, I take Omen of the Clear Sky so it frees up more workers, leapfrog, gold, minerals, resources. First ruin and corpse scavenging each day. The thing is, once the ruins run out, which they eventually will, it's just going to become corpse scavenging. We'll give it a shot. I'll see if this combo works. If not, hey ho. We do have boundless mode. I'm not a fan of boundless mode, to be honest. I mean, I get it why you do it. It allows you to basically get through restrictions of the game, allows you to beat levels if you're getting stuck. It also allows you to grind, because it allows you, for example, to have smaller waves, extra heroes, cheaper resources. These are all really powerful. Personally, the combo I always think you really want to go if you're going to do Omen mode is you want to have the extra hero, the waves are smaller, and you pick up probably something like Leapfrog. The downside of having smaller waves is that early on you do get less tainted essence. So by doing this, wait, amount of experience. Oh wait, amount of experience remains unchanged. I didn't realise that. So yeah, basically this is a way of powering through the game if you don't want to basically play it like it's intended. I'm going to go like this because I'm going to be basically optimizing my money, how much money we get. Okay, so that's everything done. We are going to do it on base difficulty, because I find Apocalypse to be absolutely nightmarish. So we got to put it on base difficulty. There's a third tier that you can do it on, but I'm just not that crazy. Okay, let's see what we have in the way of heroes. Tactician, critical, dodge, reliability. God, these are bad. Reliability down. Just raw damage down as well. I mean, he's got an okay crit stat, but what are we looking at? Critical power, accuracy, resilience. He's got the sword blast scroll, which is okay. His movement sucks because of the armor he's got. So it's not the best start. You're like straggler, mana, magic damage. You've got a hand crossbow. Idiot, cruel. This really isn't a good. I'm not going to lie, I'm not happy with this. It's one of the reasons I take the +1 movement point perk normally, to be honest. Because just of the amount of... the fact that we start a 3 skull map with a -1 to our damage output. Nah, I'm sorry. That's not worth it. No, sorry. Normally I play all the way through, but the thing is that when I'm doing a recording like this, we need to have an okay start, and having stuff like reduced movement and like, this is one of the things like I'm not sure about like some of these. I mean, personally, I'd rather. I just don't know. I mean, 10%. Item sold to shop is 10%. So if it's worth 10 gold, you get a gold back. I mean, it won't really do a lot. I'd rather just have the movement. +1 movement. No, we're going to keep going with the gold attempt. The reason being, okay, I'm going to explain my reasoning for why I did what I did. It's that having minus damage is really bad. Straight off the bat, like, if it was any other map than this, I would have just chucked the character. Infantryman, physical, minus 5% damage isn't great. We can balance it out. Other one is Inquisitor. Ugh. Nihilist, -1 action point. Gods. What's he going with? Straight arrow. He's got a wooden short bow. Is he just damage? We need to find something to balance that. Because that minus action point is gonna suck. That person's no bad. We could make them into basically a crit build. Relatively straightforward. And they're definitely more a magical type. You've got okay gear. I mean, to be honest, taking that off might be worth it. Because... or is there someone we can swap with? +1 movement. Who's got actual movement pen? No one's got movement pen. Your range of these spells sucks. Okay. It's doable. It's not great, but it's doable. You're not going to be using a lot of your more action-heavy stuff. What's giving you the immunity? Oh, the ring. Okay, healing received, plus health regen. So it basically counteracts most of the armor. I mean, to be honest, I'm tempted to just take this off you. Because you're only getting 10 armor and 3 block. Well, whoopity-doo. I'd rather just sell it and get a bit of money. And then we just get something that's slightly better, because that's, as a range unit, you should just be running around anyway. Or at least we can get something that can give you an action point. Okay. Everything's locked. Right. So we have... they're not bad. This is the thing I should first straight off say right off the bat. The people we have aren't bad. We've got 2 workers. We can basically dig up one of these things for free every turn. So we can basically... early on we probably want to go straight for money and pull money out. And we want to dump it into getting gold mines going as soon as possible. We also need to get another hero on the field as soon as possible. Okay. Now with this map, as always, it's got to be line of sight. Especially early on. We haven't got an AoE melee user anymore. We've got last at all. Okay, we've got that ability. I'd forgotten that offhand sword is all about diagonal movement. And it's doable. I'm not a fan of it because you need so much. You need so much mana. Like, this is all about momentum and movement. You need to have a high movement character to use single-handed swords. Okay, and then we've got the mage, who, to be honest, I'm not a fan of the druid staff. Acid spray isn't too bad. Poisoned insects is okay, but I find just this poison sphere ability better because you get straight up 9 targets rather than the propagation bonus. So I actually find the staff fairly weak. So we need to get her something better as well, and yeah, let's just go with it. Okay, so we're starting off with a ton of crawlers on the map straight away. First of all, you hit him and get that thing out of the way. And they're going to be able to pierce the city relatively quickly. It's not great. That won't get in. That one's probably going to be able to hit us. Really don't want to drop this thing now when there's so few enemies around them. We have such bad... Okay, we're going to have to let these two get in. Don't have much choice in the matter. Wound these two and delay them. At least get some kills. Get here. And then we'll have to try and just deal with them. You can't get them from anywhere here, can you? It's just not worth it. At least when they sort of gather up, we can sort of smack them. Then we have to get away. Yeah, this should be in good enough territory. You can still pick off these ones. I mean, to be honest, I'm tempted to run down here and throw something like entanglement up. I'm just worried that the enemies will be able to reach. I pressed the wrong spell. Okay. That to stop them at the border. I am not confident in this build that I have with the characters that I have. I just don't think it's going to be sustainable. Something like that. We're down to 24. And those guys have just got a straight walk in. There's just so many enemies on the map. That's a delay you a bit. Here. That will give us a bit of breathing room. That tree's got to block my line of sight, isn't it? Okay. Okay. Down here. Yeesh. This is just... I don't know. The problem with this map, I find, is that unless you get a good setup, you just get overwhelmed. Look how many enemies there are. Doesn't help that you get really... Of course. How much mana do I have? I'm already beyond the part where I can actually recharge my mana. That guy hits the wall with finished. I don't know. The problem is with this map is that unless you have a really good early setup, you just get swarm likes happening now. Like, I have no way of easily dealing with a lot of these enemies. Like, how am I supposed to stop this? I haven't got a decent AoE setup. I can't stop this swarm easily. I don't have contagion. I don't have any useful abilities for dealing with hordes. And that thing's going to get in God, this just sucks. One second, folks. I don't know. To be honest, I don't. The problem is that once you've played this game enough, you just get a feeling if the starting party you have is basically a good one. And this doesn't feel good to me. It feels really suboptimal, and I'm not happy with it as well. Like, we just don't have the AoE, we don't have the things you need to basically do this. Like, these guys are all going to be pouring onto the map. We don't have any easy way with dealing with them. We don't have any strong AoE counter. Oh, you're telling me... Great. I'm probably going to take damage now as well. Yeah, we're going to take damage now. Fantastic. Thanks, game. Really? Blinking. I hate... This is going to be such a challenging build to work with. Still got this guy coming up, this guy. We don't even have contagion. Right. Come on, we can do this. We can do this. Really, game? Down here. 26. Just. The reason I know this is going to be a hard run is just the sheer issue we're having on the first wave. Come on, we can do this. So we didn't get much. And we did get a large skull pile. One of these is free, an item or money materials. What would we get if we wanted to start? I mean, there's some that's really good. Mixture range, that one's really good. Extra perk point, really good. Extra level, hero level. The amount of heroes that can be built in the as house, that's a really good one to get for money output as well. We've only got 2 gold. So that's 16 gold and 15 material. $21 gold. Let's get that, because if it's a good item, we can get a decent thing out of it. We've got 2 workers. That's going to be 32, 38. We can get these for free, so we're going to want to leave those alone. Probably want to grab scavenge and just start clearing up the village. Right, straight up leveling time. She needs more damage, just or movement points. Physical damage, fine. Just increase her physical damage up to balance out her damage output, which is terrible. Fatality, yeah. You need to have that. And then we'll go down the max health route for you. Next person is the Inquisitor. An extra action point would not go amiss. More damage. You've got the Assassin and Protectoring tree, don't you? And that sucks. Need to find something that offsets Nihilus. Opportunism, which isn't too bad. We can get debuffs on him, it would be okay. Steady aim isn't bad if we can get him a different bow. I'm not a fan of the short bow in this game, to be honest. So if we get steady aim, he'll need to get... Does he have Eagle Eye? Yeah, we've got a third eye, it's not too bad. We'll grab that for him. And the mage. This is going to be a crit build mage by the looks of it. So we need to start making sure her crit goes up as fast as possible. Do I want to do an isolation? I can get items that boost mana regen. Isolation bonus is good as well. So if we can pick off lone targets. What does he have for point wise? Blinks he can do. We don't have the preferred mana spells for her, unfortunately. So I'm going to go with... I'm going to go down the magical assassin route for her. But it means we do need to do some investment in items. Okay. We have 2 rewards. Damage, opportunism damage, yeah, that's really good. No contest. This is the least important one, so... Steel Great Axe. Always a favourite of mine on this map. skill range, critical power, daily mana regen. Great axe. We could do a reroll as well. Let's try a reroll. Better bow. 1 second, folks. I'll be right back. Pants, movement dodge, improve spell. They're all really good. Yeah, I should have taken the first roll. I got greedy. Fiddlesticks. Yeah, I got greedy. I should have taken the axe at the start. That was my greed getting the better of me. Dodge and block. Off-handed staff. Okay. Yeah, I messed up there. My mistake. We won't be able to buy much in the shop. I need a two-handed weapon of some kind. I need a better bow as well. That is not worth it. Sweet lord, that's not worth it. Silver crossbow. Crossbows can be useful. Man, there's nothing really that good in this setup. But I need other gear. But I also need to get my economy up and running. That is a basic orb. Lose health, but it will get us my preferred skills. I mean, that's just better. I'm sorry, but you get... In comparison, that's 30 for 3 turns, and then propagation bounce of 85% times 5. Compared to... So it's a bit more poison damage, but you get less targets. I'll grab that. But I need to get my economy up off the ground. It's just not great. Fey cap would be useful for archers. Especially considering... Fine, we'll do it this way, and then we're just going to have to basically... I'm not happy that we haven't been able to get... I should have had 2 gold mines going by this stage. Having 1 is not good. I don't need to have the shield. I'll get another house down. An extra worker. Get one of these for free. We're going to get 7 gold for every one of these that disappears. Okay. Worker's house. We're up to 4 workers. $26 gold we can't do anything with. But it's better than nothing. Okay. Right. Next, I wanted to have at least another gold mine down, but having doubled our worker count isn't too bad. Because it means when it comes to this, one of these houses will only be 1 to work rather than 2. Right. You need to get that for your skill range. Wait. Sorry, wrong character. That. Have that as something you can switch out to so we can start doing assassinations on targets. Damage, opportunism, reliability. To be honest, I'd rather give you that, since it basically will mean that your range attacks do a lot more damage. You can have this for the skill range of your ability. Right. Sorry. You can have this for skill range of your ability because it's not great. Holy rings aren't really worth it. 34 gold. Can't do anything with 34 gold. Anything in the shop? Slayer armor. Any decent potions? Physical damage, mana block, armor. That's offhand. We lose 2 points of armor, but we get 6 points of damage. I'm not happy at all, to be honest. Not happy at all. But this is how the game works, and you just have to work with it. Hopefully, one thing I would like to see, if I'm being honest, is I'd like to see how much future money we're forecast to get, rather than going, oh yeah, you get plus 25 gold. What I think I might do, actually, upgrade this right now. So that it only has 1 worker, so we can have 1 worker. We can have 1 worker working one of these. We have 1 worker one of these, which will give us an additional like 50 odd gold. We'll get all this destroyed next turn, which will get us another mine. We can clear out 2 of these next turn for an additional 76 gold. Yeah, 2 of these work, 76 gold, plus this. And if there's any sort of things here that are dropping on top of what we already make, and we can try and get our money economy going, which is the thing that really impacts this game. Right, I've been Cornish-knight. This has been the last spell, and I shall see you all again next time. Goodbye.